Hello there, my name's Gamerborn, and this is Hearts of Iron 4. I'm a big fan of strategy games, personally, and this game at the moment is my favourite strategy game. I'm a big fan of Paradox Interactive in general. Uh, and basically, I started out with Civ 6, and then I played Total War, and now I'm here, right? And one of the biggest, and I think this is the best strategy game, right? And I'm begging my friends to get it as well, right? But they don't want to get it, which is, I don't really know why. However, they're very lenient towards Civ 6. Now I reckon this is because Civ is a bit more, it is a bit more simple, right? It's a lot more simple to understand, now think about it. However, it doesn't mean, so I think making a tutorial would be good, and it would teach people how to play this game. So let's get into it. Multiplayer, single player. I play single player a lot. New game, of course. OI tutorials back over here, and it's mirror. Okay, uh, great. Tutorials here. Good tutorial. It's quite good. You need this tutorial. It's very complicated. So you got two starting dates. 14th of August 1939 and 1st January 1936. This one basically allows you to gather your army and build up your country and all that. And it's my preferred scenario. And I'm pretty sure you need to be in this scenario as well in order to get achievements. That one's if you just want to get straight to the war. So we'll select scenario. Other countries. So I have to state that I'm not playing this in the best graphic options. I'm playing it in the worst, actually, because I'm on my laptop. So, wonderful. However, that doesn't limit me too much, to be totally honest. So, first things first, if you're starting out, have no shame in what your difficulty or whatever your settings are, okay? In fact, don't, like, most people, I reckon, don't even have achievements, because it's very hard to impress the game. You need to be in Iron Man mode, which isn't too bad, but you can't use mods, which is a bit sad, because I love mods. However, let's not talk about that. In order to get achievements, you need to be in Iron Man mode, right? You can put that on if you want. Iron Man mode basically means you can't use console cheats or mods, and what was it? And once you do something, that's permanent forever. As you see, difficulty option here, regular or standard. It's not giving any advantages to enemy nor yourself. There is, I think, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on the easiest option, so I can just give you what the game is as fast as possible. And then you go into custom settings, and this is the major. This is the major. Well, not like, right, sorry. You can buff all the major countries. So, and basically it buffs everything, right? As you can see. And you can go up, boop, 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 right? And it buffs a lot, right? There's, but don't, like, just don't feel sad about your, what you're playing as, or what your difficulty is. Everyone needs to start somewhere. I think I'll play as France, because France is quite, it's quite, oh, wait, before I do that, I need to tell you what AI focuses are, why they're historical and all that. Basically, if you put this on, it will make it more accurate. So, for example, if historical AI focuses is on, and when you France in this game has the option to make a faction. And they're little, I don't know what's called, little entente, something like that. However, with AI focuses on, chances are it will go with the Allies, the United Kingdom. And that's what it does. That is, it tries to make it as historical as possible without, you know. However, when I'm doing something crazy, for example, what I often like to do is play as Brazil, make it fascist, and secure South Africa. That's what I like to do. However, you know, you can do whatever you want. So let's get in as France. Save and play. Yep. Right, there, we're in. Cool. Buttons, numbers everywhere. I actually got this game a while ago, I think last Christmas, and I refunded it because uh, this this screen on its own, it was so confusing. I was so confused. There's things everywhere, and I didn't know what to do at the time. So I'm gonna go buy everything. So this is quite an important screen, in my opinion. It tells you all your national spirits here, and France is pretty tough to play as. You got protected by a magnet line, so more planning. You're allowed more planning, but it takes longer to actually do it. Disjointed government and victors of the Great War. And then you've got manage. Wait, no. You've got your leader over here, and they often have a bonus of some kind. Hitler has 25% more political power, and then it tells you the next election if you're democratic or whatever. Now, basically, the way it works is you can do certain things to boost certain ideologies, and what's the point in changing or staying a certain ideology? There's 4 ideologies. Why not just go with Democrats? Because one, they're morally correct out of all of these. Well, the most morally correct. And they're blue. Blue is best color, in my opinion. uh, so, why not just go Democratic? Well, there's certain reasons. That's not saying Democrat is bad, but let me explain. First off, you can't go in a alliance with a different ideology in your team, right? So France and Germany, they can't ally together unless Germany over here went democratic. And oh, I've clicked buttons I should have clicked. That's for later. uh, so that's that. And so basically, more than usual, uh, the AI will not attack other countries of the same ideology. So, for example, uh, Germany and Italy won't attack each other. France and the UK won't attack each other. Instead, they'll be a team. Even with historical AI focuses, they'll try and make it so if you're the same ideology as someone else, the AI are more likely to be a team of them. So that's that. Now, what can these ideologies do? Democratics, if I'm correct, they need Oh, okay, I need to explain something else before I explain that. This is world tension. World tension is caused by people doing aggressive things towards other countries. And it's at 0 at the moment. And you need right, so the Democratics, they can't declare war on any country unless, well, I say that. They can't declare war on most countries unless it's 100 world tension. If I try and justify a goal over here, democratic countries cannot justify war goals against countries that have not generated world tension, and we need the world tension to be at 100%. Or it could be you just need one of those. No, I think it's both actually. Sorry. Right, so that's that. Communist, I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure they're not too limited to who they can declare war on. The fascist, they pretty much can declare war on whoever they want. Non-aligned, they have some world tension needed, but not a lot. Actually, I say I'm pretty sure it's like 40%. So that's that, right? Over here, you have basically what your government is. So, for example, this is the law on conscription. So we have limited conscription. If we need 300 political power, we earn 3.2 per day, which you can see there. Base value, strength in France, civilian difficulty. However, negative 8 because we're destroying the government. And we need 300 of it to change it to a disarmed nation if we wanted to. Although there's no bloody, what do you call it? There's no penalty to having limited conscription. So that's often what I get, because that offers the most recruitable population while not having any penalties. And as you see, some of these have lots more recruitable population, but a lot more downsides, and also a lot more requirements. Not just in political power expensiveness, but you have to be at war, maybe more war sport, whatever, right? So then you've got over here just your economy, and this has certain effects and requirements and all that. This is your trade stuff. Now, if you have free trade, basically anyone can trade with you. And I'm pretty sure there's some advantages to that. And I need to explain something else to you in order to know what trading is. God damn it, right? So, right, I need to explain something else there. This isn't going good. Let's say I want to, you're simple, right? Yeah, you're simple. Right, so this soldier, he isn't very strong, right? And to be honest with you, I wouldn't train him, but he's just a good example, right? This unit requires 600 infantry weapon. And if we go edit, we can see how much specifically. He has 6,000 manpower with each division, 90 training time, and 600 infantry equipment. So, great. Not too expensive. Let's just recruit him here, for example. We're making 11 guns per day, right? And let's say we want more. For example, now with each, now you need factories assigned to something. So as you see, the more factories are put into, the higher it goes. And also, the longer you wait, the more efficient the production is. You get certain advantages or research to what the efficiency cap is and how fast it grows. However, we have 6 out of 6 military factories, so we can't put any more. As you see here, we're pretty good on resources except oil. Now, if you don't have oil, it's not that you can't craft things that require oil, but they go at a much slower pace. So there's lots of ways you can get oil, specifically, to be fair. There's a building which you have to research in the game to get oil. It also gives you some rubber and oil. And that's a building you can research, but you know that I don't like that option too much. You can trade, but the problem is with trading, you need convoys, which are non-battle boats. They're mainly just for trading and all that sort of stuff. And if we want to construct more factories over here, let's say I want a military factory, that takes civilian factories. Civilian factories craft everything here. You also lose one if you trade for resources, right? So let's go trade with the Soviet Union or the United States, get oil. If we buy 16, because that's enough, we lose 2 civilian factories. We also need 10 convoys, but that's not too expensive. So we'll send that, and we'll lose some, what do you call it, civilian factories. But we can roll with it. Personally, what I like to do is just spam factories placements at start. I'm not really thinking about it here, I'm just teaching you how the game works. So the more civilian factories you have, the more you can produce. So that's simple. What else was I going to teach you? Ah, yes, the trading thing, right? So that's how, and then the trading thing, if it's free trade, anyone can trade with you and take your resources. This basically the same thing, actually, but saying that though, right? Free trade gives you the most benefits, but it also means, 80% resources to market, 50% resources to market, 5% resources to market, or closed economy, just plain out no resources are going anywhere. They're yours. At research. Now you can research a lot of shit in this game. You can research passive things such as this. You can research new equipment like guns, even special forces. They're basically land units with certain advantages in certain environments. For example, the Mountaineers, or I swear they're called Mountaineers. Don't know. Okay. They get benefits while on mountains. Support companies. Basically, you can make a unit, or some units require support companies to do better in battle. Basically, if you give a unit these, they'll do better, and it's better, right? So you got tanks over here. Light tanks go faster, medium tanks medium, and all that, right? Personally, I go super heavy. It's the most expensive resource-wise, but it is the most powerful. You got artillery that also helps, and then land doctrine. And this is basically your style of fighting. For example, mass assault doctrine basically means, a ton of manpower. So if you're a country with lots of manpower, it's often thought you go with this. Then I'll avoid that till later. And then I often go to industry. All of these here are very useful. I usually, so basically I get this one because 50% or 15% factory output, dockyard output. And then you're allowed to build 20% more factories in a state, which is very useful. And that adds on for each one you get here. That one's a lot of things. I don't really need them, to be honest with you. It's a bit more war focused, to be honest. But I just want good stuff. I don't want, this. Construction speed and repair speed all along here, and resource gain efficiency. This line here allows you to build buildings that give you both rubber and oil, which is great. So that's how researching works. This is your national focus. Now this is a unique focus tree towards France, and I like to separate it into certain columns. This is your air focus tree, your navy focus tree, and I like to call this the story focus tree, right? It's not officially known as that, but I like to call it the story focus tree, because all these here determine what you do in game. For example, if we go democratic, I was right, little on time, I was correct. Basically what that means is you don't work with the allies, you work with like Czechoslovakia, Poland, that sort of thing, Yugoslavia, Romania, or you can go with Britain, or you can go communist, fascist, whatever you want. I like to call this the army this is a bit more unique, but I like to call this the army focus tree. Basically, it helps out your army on food. And we've got two choices: defensive focus or aggressive. Then your economy focus tree, which helps your economy and your factories, research slots. So that's cool. I don't know, I guess we'll just get that for now. So, oh crap, I forgot to research. I'm too busy explaining. Right, there, that's that done. So and it also tells you useful things. Now, these squares basically tell you a lot of things. These are very useful. Just always keep an eye up here to see what's going on. So I'm producing outdated equipment called Redoubtable Class. It's a submarine, we'll trash it. And we'll just build convoys. There, problem solved. Inefficient resources, we'll get resources back once I fast forward the game, because it's paused at the moment, because I'm training with the United States, but it's not transferred that yet. Now, I'm unassigned divisions. Now, this is the next part of the game. We'll get all of these guys. 39, whoops. You're only meant to have 24 for the starting commander. Now, basically, when you're in our army, you have a commander. He gives you buffs and all that, and you promote him, level him up. We'll go with him, don't know what he does, don't know who he is, I don't care. So you got battle plans. For example, I can tell him to go on the front line of Germany. So once I resume, they'll all move to the German border. We can do an offensive line, which is the battle plan of how far we'll go once we start invading. So if I do that, okay, we need to do that part as well. There we are. So basically what will happen if I tell them to go attack, they'll just go attack up to that point. You're only meant to have 24 for starting. He's inefficient because he has more troops than he can handle, so we have a negative effect in combat, which you shouldn't do, but as I said, I'm not really paying attention. So is that it? Can I resume? Oh my god, the laptop's slow. Oh shit, man. It is so slow. Okay. Fuck it now. I think it's because I'm recording and playing, to be honest with you, but it's not usually like this. Like, it's bad, but it's not like this. So we've got decisions over here which cost political power and do certain things. For example, the war propaganda effort basically makes it so you get more war support. And basically what war support is... Oh, I should explain these things at top, shouldn't I? Okay, that'd be nice. Your war support... basically, the more war support you have, the easier it is to win a war. For example, you're gonna surrender faster if you have less war support. Stability is just like the stability of your country. It's nice to have that quite high. You know. Your army XP up here, that's including air and navy, because, you know, I'm including everything. That allows you to modify certain units in battle to either upgrade them or downgrade them, whatever you want. So, I should I? I'll explain how to change... No. I think like there's two more things I want to explain, and then it should be simple. If we go into researching here, I want to explain how the nukes work in this game, because they're quite fun. Right, so you need this in order to get this. Right, and that unlocks the nuclear reactor building. And basically, that builds nukes. The more you have, the less they cost. Wait, no, the more you have, the faster they build. And it actually doesn't cost anything, as far as I'm aware. And then this allows you to nuke someone. In order to nuke someone, I think you have to have air support superiority over them and naval superiority over them. And I forgot I need to teach you these things as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's say I move all my people, my boats all along here. And we move all our planes along here. We should have superiority on the English Channel. That's how it works. And we have to build navy and planes and all that, which I'm not doing at the moment, which might be a bad idea, but shh. Right, and that's that. So, and then see, my laptop's going really slow. I don't know if I want to tell it. I'll explain it to you. I won't actually do it. I'll explain it to you. How about that? Basically, if you want to change government, your people won't be too happy about that at first. You will have to either have a civil war or you'll have to convince them. In order to convince them, because that's what I often do, you need to say, hey, there's like an option in your decisions, hey, we'll try and convince them. And then there's options that will help you. And then once you get to 50%, whatever ideology you want, I'd often change to fascist, because to be honest with you, playing as a fascist is the funnest thing in the game, right? I'm just saying. Once you get to 50%, you can hold a national referendum, and boom, you will now be officially fascist. If you don't do that in time, however, I'm pretty sure they might start a civil war, cause they're dickheads. Civil war, basically, the more you prepare for it, the more troops you have. Thus, the more chances you'll win. What you'll often know about this game is there is a Spanish Civil War, right? And Germany, and all the fascist countries often help the fascist leader, while the communist leader is often helped by other people. Not, yeah. And that's it. Honestly, that is how you play this game. Like, it's not much more complicated than that. It's very, like, that was about half an hour just to know what the tabs do and all that, which is very simple. This game is honestly really simple. Hope you have fun with the game. I know I have. I've wasted about 100 hours on it, if I'm correct, at this point. I've seen people waste much, much more. Have fun, right? Bye-bye.